baby. Yeah, I'm here. All right, audio's working. We're good to go there. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody won their fantasy matchups. Too bad you all didn't. I know Brady didn't because I'm still alive. I'm still here, just making sure. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. Anyways, what's up? We are on to the final week of the regular season. We got 3 spots left unchecked. Somehow A-Ray's in there at the same record as everyone below him. It's probably because he's first in points. I didn't know they actually did that, but it's kind of like mathematically, like there's no way anyone catches A-Ray at this point that's below him because just the points are abysmal between these two teams right here. Looking at it, Caleb, Dylan, A-Ray locked. They are 100% in. They have nothing to worry about. There is a fight for that bye, that second place bye. We'll go over that here in a minute. Caleb locking in the 1 seed though. He cannot fall out of the 1 seed. He's the Z. He's getting the ZJ going right there, and the asterisk. Miller likes asterisks. Ask him about that. Anyways, Dustin, Brian, Mitch, me, Justin, all still alive, all still available to get that one of the last 2 spots, and then those 2, Brady and Simon, eliminated. Not much changed here. I think A-Ray's still, he's got the most points now, so unfortunately he cannot get first, but he can get second. Just needs to beat Dylan this week, or I guess when Dylan loses, we'll see. Yeah, not much to talk about on this one. Look at the moves. Look at the moves. 54 moves, almost double the next person, which was me. And then 21 moves by Dustin. Hey, welcome to the club. 20 there, 20 there. Everyone's making moves. The only one who didn't was Justin. I wonder why he's, down here. I wonder why he's down here. But we won't go over that. All right, boys, let's look at last week. Let's see what happened real quick, and then we will get to next week. Is anyone live? Someone's live. Someone's in the chat with me. Say what up. Say shout out to anyone you want to shout out right now. We're gonna do a recap since we only got a few weeks left. I'm gonna look at every game here just because we'll do a quick breakdown. All right, I played Brady. I needed the win. If I lose, I'm done. If I win, I still have a chance. I take the win here, 122 to 106. Could have been a lot closer. Brady had some underperforming players. He could have started Chuba Hubbard, and I think he would have beat me had he done that. But he didn't, and I took the dub. Thankfully, had a pretty good week from the core of my team, both my running back, both my wide receivers, and then Trey McBride, who's been unstoppable. Drake made a solid week. Genty, okay. Browns defense, terrible stream. That was a terrible stream. I should have went with the Texans. Brady, great week out of Bijan. Honestly, it was like, damn, might be cooked. Saw Bijan score, and I saw him score again. And I was like, yep, Brady might actually have it in him. Sutton and Bo Nix giving you a fight on Monday Night Football. Unfortunately, your defense didn't hold up there, and Drake May tore up. But okay numbers from the rest of your team. Just wasn't enough. Sorry, Brady. Next year might be your year. You're the only one left who hasn't won in this league. Looking at another blowout, kind of called this in the preview last week. Sorry, Justin. Kind of just feel bad for you at this point. You got the names on your team. I know you just traded for Rome. He was started out solid, but he's just been not so great lately. That's really unfortunate. You finally get Bucky back, just a little too late. He did pop off for you. And then Saquon, just major disappointment this year. A lot of duds on your team, unfortunately. Kelsey was a good pick. Bucky was a good pick. Everyone else, not so good. I know Devontae Smith's been okay, but, better luck next year. Dylan, your team, solid. Lamar should have had 25 points in this game. He had 2 touchdowns called off the board, likely fumbled on the goal line. Zay Flowers got called for a PI, OPI, when he scored a 50-yard touchdown, which was a BS call. But, oh well, should be fine going forward. He has had some duds lately, but this was the game that he did turn it around. Unfortunately, it does not reflect it. A.J. Brown, though, popping off. He cried a lot to his team. He cried a lot to Jalen Hurts, and here you go. He's getting the points he wants. And then a good week from Swift. CMC, always a beast. Nice win there. Looking at this one, we had an eliminated team beating a playoff team by a lot. That is a dick stomping right there. Simon beats Brian here. Simon, pretty solid week from your defense and your kicker right there. Heart of the team. Almost half the points scored right there on his defense and his kicker. Brian was crying about it all day Sunday. Not too much going on anywhere else. Jamar Chase solid, Justin Herbert okay, and then whatever. Brian's team just kind of let him down top to bottom. Caleb bad, Derrick Henry good, Quinshon Judkins solid, Puka bad, QJ bad, everybody else bad. Chargers defense actually not too bad. Kicker was okay. Not much else you could have done. It looks like you started who you could start, and it just wasn't enough. Sorry, Brian. Then we had a couple of really close battles. This one we'll talk about first. 93.55 to 93.4. I don't know if anyone was watching this game. Mitch had Travion Henderson going on Monday night. Dustin had Stephon Diggs. Dustin was up 6 points going into Monday Night Football. So he needed something out of Diggs, kind of keep that lead, especially with Travion Henderson playing so well. Anyways, it was like 93 to 93. It was like tied. And Mitch actually took the lead late in the fourth quarter on the Patriots' last drive. Mitch took the lead. Then, like 2 plays later, Diggs caught a pass. Dustin took the lead. 2 plays later, Travion Henderson runs it. It wasn't enough. He only got a few yards. It wasn't enough to get Mitch the points he needed. And that was basically the end of the game after that. Really close one. Crazy one. I needed Mitch to lose. So thank you, Dustin. Stephon Diggs, Drake May. Hell yeah. Dustin takes this one. Solid outing. I mean, Dolphins defense was good. Josh Allen was okay. Gibbs actually underperformed. Kyron okay. Nobody else really that great. And then same with Mitch's team. Bad QB performance. Dowdle not great. CeeDee Lamb got to 20 though on Thanksgiving. You're probably going into the weekend thinking, hell yeah, and then everyone kind of just let you down, unfortunately. So good win there. And then last but not least, we had the battle of first and I think second at the time. Maybe it wasn't second, but holy crap. Another really close one. Caleb wins by less than a point. A-Ray, it was a sack. I am on your side. He goes back. He pump fakes like he's getting ready to throw. Kicker hits the flats. I think whoever was on the edge went for a route. They were clearly pass blocking. They weren't downfield blocking. So in my opinion, that is a pass play. Should have been called a sack, but here we are. They did not count it, and you lose. Had Amon-Ra maybe caught one pass before getting injured in this game, you would. A-Ray's team is really good top to bottom. Caleb's team's really good top to bottom. These two are going to be crazy to play against in the playoffs. I think A-Ray will be on the bottom side of the bracket and Caleb will be on the top. So if they meet again, it'll be in the championship. We'll have to look at that, though. There was a trade this week with A-Ray's team. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. Your teams are good. Anybody do something? Oh, Jaguars defense had a really good day. Patriots, fine. Bowers good. Bowers took a touchdown from Genty. That was cool. 1 yard line, and Geno Smith falls over and loses 4 yards, and then they throw it instead of running it with Genty on 1st and goal. Anyways, good win, Caleb. You retained that spot. You got the bye. Now you can just relax this week. Kick your feet up. Watch this episode. Drink a beer. Have fun. All right, here we go. Let's real quick look at that trade that went down. There was a lot of controversy over this trade. Brian received Etienne and Olave. A received Derrick Henry and Quentin Johnston. Yeah, Derrick Henry's probably the best part of this trade. Brian gets more balance. Quentin Johnston's been up and down, so I don't hate the trade. You probably could have done just a 2-for-1 here. But Etienne's actually been really good. I don't know why people are hating on this. Yes, he had 3 duds right here, but he played the Chiefs, Seattle, and the Rams. 3 of the best run defenses in the league. Outside of that, dude, 15 points a week. He had a bad week last week, but neither of the running backs did very well. What's he got? He's got 13 points a week. That's solid. I mean, that's consistency. I know Derrick Henry's been pretty good as of late, dude. Pretty good as of late. He has a few duds in there, but he's been pretty good. Got some good matchups coming up. And then Olave, surprisingly, a top 10 wide receiver. So, I mean, I think it's fair. I don't think anyone was helping anyone. Both teams are going to the playoffs. I mean, Brian, I think, should make the playoffs no matter what. But, yeah, solid trade. I don't think there's any collusion there. No need to veto. Looking at waivers real quick. I think we talked about last week's. Yeah, Devin Neal seems to be a waste of money. This week, I bought Alec Pierce. Brian dropped him, and then he went off again. Well, not off, but he had 15 points. Solid pickup for me, I think. Adding some depth, hopefully, if I get into the playoffs here. Jordan Love, I love the fight, Simon. He's eliminated. He has nothing to play for other than getting an extra name in that lotto. So he got Jordan Love playing the Bears this week. You love it. Adonai Mitchell could be a solid pickup. He had a good week, but one good week doesn't mean shit. He's just getting the targets. We'll see. Pickup of the week is yet to be determined. I like my Alec Pierce pickup. Definitely a good depth play for me. I needed it. All right, boys. Real quick, let's look at some standings again real quick just to go over some playoffs. So, essentially, one of these four teams is going to drop out. And I think the only two teams that play each other are me and Mitch. So basically, me and Mitch are one of us is going to make playoffs here. And one of us is going to go home. Dustin and Brian pretty much have it locked up. I think even if they lose, they both have Miller on points. And then it's going to come down to this. So I don't know why Miller's not eliminated. Because Dustin has 284 more points than him. Brian, okay, I guess Brian, he could jump Brian, I guess. He could jump Justin, but he's not going to jump, or could jump Mitch, but he's not going to jump me. Who knows? Let's get into it. Week 14. We're going to start with this one. You know, I got to start with the easy matchup here. It was a sack. A-Ray finally changing his name after 2 years. Good call, considering you don't have the 10 tight ends that you had last year. And Justin desperately needs a win. It comes down to that. A-Ray needs to win in order to have contention for the bye. Last time they played, Justin actually put up some damn good numbers. But it's been a long time since Justin's hit 130. It's been a long time since he's hit 100, let's be honest. Looking at the matchups, he's still got to kind of make a couple adjustments here. Tyron has a bye, and he has a bye. He's also hurt. We'll see. Jalen Hurts against the Chargers. It's okay. A-Chain, great matchup. Great matchup. Terrible matchup here. I'm a little worried for the Chiefs' offense this week. Could be a low-scoring game, but I do believe we will be the Texans. And then he is throwing in QJ this week. After the trade, I mean, I think he has to because Amon-Ra's hurt. I don't think he's actually said if he's going to play or not. New team looking good. Derrick Henry and A-Chain, pretty solid duo. I mean, you have 4 good running backs. It's a good problem to have, but I'm sure you're going to make the mistake one week where you're going to fucking pick the wrong guy and you're going to bench the guy that goes off. Hi, A-Ray. I'm sure you're not actually there anymore. But anyways... I'm sure you'll make the wrong decision, and it's going to get in your head during the playoffs. You're going to be like, who do I start? What one of these 4 running backs do I start? Or what one do I bench? And you're going to bench the one that pops off for 30 points. I've been there, done that. Anyways, up and down, your matchups are really solid. Brock Bowers against Denver, you don't like it very well. But it won't take much. I don't even know if he's going to set his lineup. I hope he sets his lineup, because if he wins, he has a chance. Saquon, decent matchup. Stafford has been playing really well. Can Romadunze bounce back? Nobody knows. Will Devontae Smith get some of the targets that A.J. Brown's been crying about? It's like A.J. Brown woo-hoo, cries about it, and then Devontae Smith becomes irrelevant. And then I like Bucky against the Saints here. Kelsey should be fine as well. Justin, your team's going to put up a fight here, but ultimately taking A-Ray. Moving on to Brian and Dylan. Some implications here for sure. If Dylan loses and A-Ray wins, A-Ray will take the second spot. And Brian needs a win just to secure his playoff spot. Although I think he's going to make it regardless. Look at the matchups. Oh, Dak's going to feast. Swift's going to get shut down. Pollard's going to get shut down. A.J. Brown should be fine. Jackson Smith and Jigbo will bounce back from that poor performance last week. He will do fine. Kyle Pitts, we'll see. J-Mo should be fine, especially if Amon-Ra's out. He might actually get like 40 points. So pretty good matchups here. Eagles defense against Herbert. If Herbert plays, I just did it. I don't want to do that. I like Dylan's matchups other than his running backs. And then Brian, we'll see. Caleb at Green Bay. That's going to be tough for him. It's going to be cold. Judkins should have a good day. ETN should be fine. Puka and Olave have good matchups. Gadsden, we'll see. He's kind of been really quiet after that huge 25-point week. He had a couple good weeks in there, but has not been what we thought he was going to be. Starting McLaurin, finally, he's back. He looked good last week. Brian has a chance. Brian has a fighting chance here. I like his matchups a little bit more than Dylan's over there, but ultimately, I think Dylan's got a couple of wide receivers that are going to pop off this week. Dylan's taking it. Dylan's going to go 9-5. He's going to get that second place spot. Sorry, A-Ray. We'll talk about Caleb and Dustin. This also was in consideration for matchup of the week, but because there's really no fantasy or playoff implications here, I'm not going to talk about it. Caleb's locked in. He's in first. He doesn't have to do anything. Dustin needs a win just to secure it, but I think even if Dustin loses, he does have the points here that he's going to make the playoffs. So don't have to stress about it. Although, you got the matchups for a week that you need to win. Josh Allen, Cincinnati, at home. Give him 50 bomb again. Jahmyr Gibbs, Dallas, at home, 50 bomb again. Kyren Williams, good. MHJ, not good. Waddle should be fine. Ferguson will be good. And then Zay Flowers, we'll see. Like I said, he should have had a 50-yard touchdown last week, but he had a stupid bullshit OPI. Caleb playing the best defense right there, so I don't expect Patty to do his 20 points. I bet he does not get 20 this week, unfortunately. Jonathan Taylor, surprisingly good run defense in Jacksonville. We'll see. James Cook, great right there. Justin Jefferson, great. I think he will bounce back. I think this is the week. Calling it now. Justin Jefferson gets in the end zone. He's going to have about 12 to 15 points. Pickens, wonderful matchup. Ertz, solid. McConkey, okay. Caleb's got good matchups here. Close one. It's hard to pick. You got the number one team over here. You got a team that should be probably nine wins at least, but he's not, unfortunately. I'm going to take Dustin here. Dustin's going to take the win. He's got some great matchups at the top. Those two to combine could get you 80, 90 points. Insane. And then real quick before we get to our matchup of the week, we'll get to the toilet bowl. We got Brady, Simon, eliminated teams. What are they playing for? Nothing. Does anyone care? Not really. Other than 97-97 last time. This is a rivalry week right here. Who's going to be the best of the worst? Can Simon avoid last place? I guess that is a implication here I didn't even think about. You got to avoid last place. We'll check the standings in a second. I don't know who has more points. I think Simon does. I gotta look. Oh, Brady's got. There's gonna be a tight one for last place here, boys. What is that? 16? Yeah. Right? I can't do math. 16 more points is the difference. So Simon needs to win this, and he needs to basically score 17 more points in order to avoid. Well, I guess if he wins, he has a better record. I'm stupid. So Brady wins this. He does not get last place. Simon gets last place and has to buy the trophy. So we got the last place bowl. Simon picking up Jordan Love to match with his Josh Jacobs. You love it. Kenneth Walker's been pretty good, pretty solid lately. Jamar Chase should be fine. Jacoby Myers actually doing way better in Jacksonville than he ever did in Las Vegas. Fanta Jr. solid. I like your matchups, especially this Cincinnati with Shakir. He could pop off. And then you get the number one defense and the number one kicker, and we know why, because they fucking tear it up. And they have pretty solid matchups. Kirk Cousins is probably going to throw 2 picks. Bo Nix kind of let you down this season, but he has a good matchup this week. Bijan's pretty much unstoppable. I wish he had someone better to start than Montgomery. He's not been good. Sutton, okay. are actually good. Vegas, Pittman, okay. They just signed Mark Andrews to an extension, so maybe that means he's going to get a lot of targets this week, and Lamar will actually throw a touchdown. And then BTJ, one of the busts of the season, maybe he bounces back this week, and then a good matchup for your defense. Who's it going to be? I think just for controversy situations, I'm going to take Brady here. Brady's going to get the win. He's going to avoid last place. He's going to boost into next season, get that lottery, and he's going to try to turn it around because he really needs a win. Anyways, matchup of the week. Oh, hi. We have a pick here. False Brian over Dylan. Sorry, A-Ray. That was my pick. I think Dylan's going to take it. Unfortunately, Brian has not been putting up the points. Speaking of, I'll get to it after this. Because now A-Ray's got me all distracted and shit. All right. Matchup of the week. Me versus Mitch. Probably the biggest matchup of the season of any team so far. Why? Because whoever wins this is in the playoffs. Last time we played, Mitch dropped a hammer on me. Why was that? Because this guy right here was picked up off waivers, and he dropped a 30 burger. But guess what? He's on bye. He also has Travion Henderson on bye. That also helps me. And he doesn't have a defense. But I'm sure he'll get somebody. He does have Joe Burrow back against Buffalo. That's okay. RJ Harvey. Vegas. You love it. Warren, Baltimore. Really good. I expect CD to probably get... He's going to go over his projection. There's no way. They just lost Terrion Arnold for the season. They're already starting backup corners and safeties. CD Lamb's popping off for 20+. Emeka Ibuka has not been great lately. Could bounce back this week. Bad defense. Saints. And then Tyler Warren, solid. Will Drake London play? Nobody knows yet. Sounds like he might miss. I don't know why you would bring him back. They're not playing for anything, so I would expect him not to play. But if he does play, could help me, could be limited. We'll see. Nobody knows. And then defensively, he doesn't have one yet. I'm sure we'll pick up one. I've got a couple of bye players as well. Just one that's important, which is Drake May. He's been my starter the last few weeks, and then I got to start Baker. Last time Baker played the Saints, he had 6 points. So I'm really hoping it's a little bit better at home. He's got Chris Godwin back. He's got Bucky back. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit better there. Genty against Denver, you don't love it. Chase Brown, Buffalo, love it. Nico, KC, hate it. Adams has been pretty much unstoppable, so hopefully he can just get in the end zone at least one time again. Trey McBride, same thing. Pretty good, but bad matchup. It is at home. Hopefully he can continue the tear that he's on. Might be draft pick of the year. We'll see. We'll do some awards later. And then I don't know about my flex yet. My flex is going to change probably. I have Woody Marks in there right now. Questionable. Didn't know that. But it sounds like Marion Hampton may be back, so that could be who I play here. It's going to be close. I like my team. I think I have a good enough team to make a run in the playoffs. But with Mitch's matchups, with Harvey, Warren, Lamb, all three having really good matchups there, I might have to stick with my bold prediction earlier in the season where Mitch makes the playoffs and wins the championship. I hate to do it. I'm taking Mitch. Mitch is going to get the win here. I'm sure it'll be over for me on Thursday night when CeeDee Lamb pops off for 35 points. That is, hopefully that doesn't happen, but it probably will. The thing that I was going to look at was last week. No. Last week, Justin was the low scorer. We have not gotten a shotgun from Justin. So Justin, grab another pounder or Smirnoff Ice. I think all of us would allow an icing of yourself. We'd actually love to see that. Take care of it before tomorrow. You have 24 hours before Thursday Night Football starts. Get it done. And then I think the previous week was Simon, and he almost cut his hand off every time he does it. Yeah, Watching Simon shotgun just gives me anxiety. I think he's just going to slice his hand open. Oh, yeah, Brian got a lucky win that week. We won't talk about it. All right, boys. Final week of the regular season. Get your wins. Get in. Basically talking to myself at this point because I need the win, and that's all that matters. Good luck to everybody. It's been a hell of a season. Congratulations to Caleb on his regular season victory. That's how you do it when you're the reigning champ, okay? You come back, you get a 10-win season, and you show him what's up. He's proving it. A lot of people don't know how to prove it, okay? I proved it 4 times, all right? I came back, and I got 10-win seasons 4 years in a row, but only won once, okay? Anyways, all right. Good luck. Bye. I love you.